An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHK-Cu, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
Imagine if you were part of the solution instead of the problem. Imagine if you had the power to help those in need and could erase the pain of others. Imagine if people expected us to be there when disaster hit. LifeWave family members have repeatedly met the call of those in need. Whether it is to provide pain relief, a better night's sleep, or just to have the face of someone that cares, a LifeWave member has been there.
And whether donating regularly to the Red Cross over the years, or more recently with the Convoy of Hope, which jumped in immediately to help those in need after Hurricane Helene, LifeWave has always been there as well.
What happened at the beginning of all this is that we did a conference in Las Vegas, and it was a hugely successful conference. We had almost 2,000 people there for our very first one. We had 40 speakers that came in, professional athletes, professional coaches, Olympic coaches, and a fellow by the name of Thomas Burke approached me and said, you know, this is so phenomenal. I'm so proud to be a member of this company. As you know, there was just a hurricane off the coast of Florida. Have you thought about starting a program to give back? And it was at that minute I realized that when a company becomes successful, you have an obligation to help those in need and give back to those that are less fortunate. So we raised, I think it was $50,000 in relief effort for the Red Cross at that very first event. The members that we have in our community globally are absolutely extraordinary people. They have always been there to help those in need. So we had a situation in Australia where there were the bushfires, and there were LifeWave members that were there to give back and provide financial assistance, patch people, provide medical aid. We've had victims of earthquakes in Indonesia, earthquake in Italy, of course, multiple hurricanes, and LifeWave members have always been there personally to provide medical aid and assistance. The frustrating part for me is that these are people that need help now, not in a couple of weeks. They need help now. And so it was these type of incidents where I began to think that I would like to have the capability to provide medical aid, provide relief effort to people within a 24-hour period.
David took that frustration, channeled that energy toward a very positive solution designed to provide medical aid and relief supplies to people in need within 24 hours. The solution? A drone of all things, with attributes and capabilities unmatched in today's world of unmanned aircraft.
This drone can take off and land from virtually anywhere, carry a higher payload, and fly longer than any other drone in its class, and provide very valuable medical aid or search and rescue operations that other drones can't provide. We're achieving remarkable results in terms of payload and endurance. As a matter of fact, there's no other company in the world that can touch us.
Unveiled to the LifeWave community at our annual conference in 2022, a plan is already in place for a fleet of LifeWave humanitarian drones to come off the assembly line as early as late fall 2025. This is giving back on an epic scale.
With the patch technology, we accomplish things that no other company was able to accomplish, and the same thing is true about the drone. So we're going to be forging a new path forward for our community with new technology that's life-changing, that's world-changing, and we have an unbelievably great future ahead of us. And I'm more excited now about the future of LifeWave than ever before.
LifeWave 20th anniversary incentive trip around the Greek Isles, and we are having the time of our lives.
Every time I see you, I'm caught up in the feeling.
People are coming from every part of the world, Europe, Asia, America. When we are all together here, we are just one big family.
We are just bonding and having such joy and closeness and so much love, feeling the enrichment of the bonds of real relationships that are precious to me.
You know, LifeWave is about love, and you got to feel that and experience that. And the only way you're going to feel that is to be with each other, and we've got to enjoy that this week.
Every time I see you, I'm caught up in your magic.
The Greek islands are just beyond beautiful, with all the blue water, the white buildings, the blue tops. I mean, it's just such a unique place.
The food, the taste, the smells, the air, the water, so much for the eyes to take in, for the heart and soul to experience here. So these are memories of a lifetime being made. I'm so grateful.
We're here in Athens. We're having a blast. Thank you, LifeWave. We're so grateful to be here.
Dream come true, and we're travel free, having fun. Look at these beautiful things behind us.
ライフウェーブを通じて今までも一つ一つ夢が叶ってきましたけれども、まさかこういった形で会社から自分の夢を形にしてもらえるとは思ってませんでした。本当に感謝してます。ありがとうございます。
It's a good place to gain more and strengthen up your business, who you are as a person, and how you're going to continue to build your LifeWave business.
The trips are literally a priceless experience. You want to commit to getting yourself locked in on the next incentive trip. It'll change your life, it'll change your business.
celebration 20 years in the making, packed into one epic weekend. A personal journey, powered by revolutionary technology. More energy. Timeless vitality. Lasting longevity. Now is the time to share the light.
Hello, other directors, congratulations.
Thank you for coming to the LifeWave Global Conference. It was lit. We're already dreaming about next year. California dreaming.
LifeWave Global Conference, Anaheim, California, Fall 2025. Registration is now open. Be the light. LifeWave.
Hey, let's go.
Well, hi there, and welcome to LifeWave's global headquarters. 世界中の何百万もの人々にとって、ライフウェブは希望を象徴し、真実と光の灯台を象徴しています。
It's one of those things where you have to be there to understand the magnitude of what you experience when you walk in.
It literally is giving me goosebumps.
Like, it's just mesmerizing.
All I can say is, wow.
You felt like you were on a journey in outer space. Just simply amazing.
What an incredible, breathtaking experience.
I cannot believe what I saw, but I saw it.
Whoever you bring here, they will be sold.
The genius and the vision and the work that went into this was absolutely amazing.
It's just honestly mind-blowing to see the technology, the evolution of this company.
The sky's the limit. That's all I can say.
I'm just speechless. It was so beautiful. I don't even know what to say.
This is the most exciting, jaw-dropping presentation I've ever experienced.
It is an absolute blessing and a gift that LifeWave has not only survived as a company these past 20 years, but thrived and grown as well. From our humble beginnings in a small home office in Beaufort, Georgia, to multiple offices in the United States, Ireland, Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, and South Korea, LifeWave has reached millions of people, bringing the gift of healing with light. LifeWave is a story that it should inspire all of us for the purpose of bringing out the greatness that resides inside each one of us. My dream to heal people with light was originally met with ridicule and skepticism. Yet, here we are today, manufacturing more than 20 million patches each and every month. I would like you to remember that when thinking about your own dreams, for with enough patience, perseverance, persistence, you can accomplish tomorrow what seems impossible today. Over the last 20 years, we have evolved as a business, and I am more excited about the future than ever before. LifeWave today is a health technology company, but as we continue to innovate and expand, we will unveil solutions to some of the most important challenges we face in everyday life. These new inventions and products will empower you to have a better life and freedom to live the life you want to. Thank you for being a part of the LifeWave community, and may God bless you and guide you on your own journey, living long and living well.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome again. Welcome back to Super Wednesday. Right. Okay. Tonight we have something quite interesting. Very, very interesting. In fact, we will be talking about self-management. You know, how to support ourselves. Self-management in terms of managing anger, chronic pain, and stress. Right, so this is a straight up sharing. I did some research. So this is a discussion about managing stress, and most importantly, how we are going to manage pain. Right. So instead of looking for a quick fix, what really matters is how we understand pain, how we manage the pain, how we manage physical activity. Rest, we need to get rest, and you know, how do we manage stress in our daily lives, right? So we will explore how to confidently manage pain tonight. I will share a bit about the 3 pillars of health and practical strategies to improve your health, right? So good evening, everyone. My name is Alfred. Now, before we begin, let me remind you, you can actually put your concerns or your questions in the chat box, and I will hopefully have some time at the end of this presentation to share or to answer some of the questions. You can put your concerns in the chat box, right? So now, before we begin, let me remind you, our session will take about an hour or so, right? So please extend your fullest cooperation, mute your microphone so that you do not disrupt the sharing session. And I'm so happy to see all of you again tonight. As all of you know, my name is Alfred and I am with LifeWave. I am a brand partner and I'm honored to be here. Actually, I grew up in Penang and currently stay in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I was an employee in the corporate world for 23 years, and my last designation was as a general manager for an international heavy machine company. I have a small family comprising of my wife Christine, as well as my Lamborghini, which is my son, and my Ferrari, which is my daughter. Why? Lamborghini and Ferrari because it is so expensive to bring up children nowadays. You know, I just recently heard my friend say, wow, daycare now, his young children, because husband and wife need to work, okay, to maintain a respectable lifestyle in Kuala Lumpur, right? So we actually need to send them to daycare, and daycare can cost up to 1,000 plus per child nowadays, you know, right? So I'm having a good time, right? And I'm looking forward. We have great stories, we have great things to share tonight, and we are going to jump right in here tonight. First, we want to, okay, especially welcome those of you who are checking us out for the first time. We know that you are invited by a friend or a family member or somebody who really care about you and want you to have a better health and possibly even more abundant health, right? So in our next 1 hour or so together, you're going to hear some remarkable stories sharing on how the patches actually help improve some of the health, and overview of how it works, the science behind the patches, and how you get involved in purchasing the product or even joining our global team, right? So to give you just a little bit of info before we get going, David Smith is our CEO, our inventor, our founder, okay? And he's an extraordinary visionary, which he saw the future of regenerative medicine over 11 years ago. And he set out to capture the science of phototherapy and cellular regeneration. So focusing on age reversal, using his signature delivery system of energetic patches, like the one I'm wearing on my third eye, the forehead, right? He spent millions of dollars. And in 2019, a little over 5 years ago, he launched his first ever patented rejuvenation patch, the X39. Now, David has over 200 patents now so far. So before we get started, let me get our disclaimer out of the way, right? All LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition, or if you are on medication, if you are pregnant, or if you are nursing, have medical condition, or on medication, please consult with your physician first or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on any new treatment, product use, diet, or fitness program. Our Super Wednesday Zoom call are for informational and educational purposes only. So what we are here to do tonight is to provide information, right? So with that, I will actually start the sharing of my session for tonight, which we will talk about how to manage pain. You know, there are a lot of things. What is pain? How to manage pain, and you know, what are the things that we can do to help ourselves, right? Let me share my screen and let us get started. Okay, now I'm sure you all have you all see this screen of mine, right? Okay, so that's the disclaimer, right? So I would like to start everything, okay? Everything starts from 1. Without 1, everything is 0. Okay? And that 1, I would associate it with health. Without health, we will not have family, we will not have money, and we will not have dreams. Right? So without number 1, everything else is basically 0. Meaning, if you do not have health, everything else is 0. Right? You agree or not? If you agree, you type 111 in the chat box. If you agree, you type 111 in the chat box. Let me see how many of you agree. Wow, only 1 agree. Walao that means all of you don't agree with what I say. Well, okay. Now I see. There are many of us. Okay, right. Let's continue. Now, there are 3 pillars of health. Right? I've shared this before. There are 3 pillars of health. The first pillar of health is basically nutrition. Right? That's where we get our minerals. That's where we get our proteins. And that's where we get our vitamins. And it's very, very important. Right? Humans need mineral. And mineral can only be gotten from one source. Where do you think the source is? It is basically from the soil. Okay? So, first pillar of health is nutrition. Second pillar of health is what the youngsters nowadays do, exercise. That's where we do our cardio exercise, we maintain our heart health, and we do resistance training to actually build our muscle. Okay? And the third pillar of health, who can guess what is the third pillar of health? The third pillar of health is basically organ function, where how we digest, how we absorb, and how we excrete. But there is a problem. We degenerate. Degeneration is the culprit. And degeneration causes us to have a lot of chronic pain, chronic diseases. Okay? But I'm so lucky I found LifeWave to help me. Right? So, a lot of people, when you listen to products from Japan, what do you feel? You feel very comfortable, you feel very assured, right? Because normally when you tell people, wow, product is from Japan, you know, quality is assured, right? You are assured of quality. And many of us believe in taking supplements. But this thing recently happened. So, how I perceive it as, we take supplements to help in our health. But this thing recently happened last year in March, right? Supplements from Japan, a very long-standing factory in Japan, they launched a new supplement and it caused 5 people to die and over 100 hospitalized. They have to actually recall the health supplement, you know, right? So, another thing I want to share with you, 85% of us, 60 and above, oh well, I'm not 60 and above yet, but reaching there, 85% of adults more than 60 years old take prescription drugs, okay? And when we take prescription drugs, being Chinese and all, we would normally tell ourselves, or our wives will normally tell us, or our husbands will normally tell us, hey, since you are on medication, why don't you take some supplements to actually help your body, right? So, you see, common herbal supplements will actually interact with the drugs that you are taking, you know. Now, how many of you have high blood pressure? How many of you have high cholesterol? I have high cholesterol, right? So when you are on high cholesterol, the doctors will prescribe you something called statin, all right? So you will be on either atorvastatin, lovastatin, rosuvastatin, or simvastatin. One of the statins, right? And high cholesterol people will normally get tired, you know, after a meal. They want to rest, they want to sleep, you know, and you feel very sleepy, okay? So when you take your high cholesterol medication, maybe your family members will say, hey, why don't you take vitamin B? Vitamin B is very good, you know, to give energy level, to give better brain function, cell metabolism, you know, you are able to decrease your LDL and triglyceride when you take vitamin B3, okay? But if you take your cholesterol medication together with vitamin B, vitamin B is also known as niacin, it actually increases the risk of you getting myopathy or rhabdomyolysis. What is myopathy? Myopathy means you will actually lose muscle control. Okay? Rhabdomyolysis is your muscles will break down. Imagine you are trying to help yourself, you are taking cholesterol medication, okay, to help your high cholesterol, to keep your high cholesterol in check. And your family members say, out of them being kind-hearted, they listen to people, they listen to nutritionists, they say, oh, if your family member there who has high cholesterol, take vitamin B3, okay, also known as niacin, he will have better energy level, better brain function, better cell metabolism. He can even help in decreasing his LDL, which is bad cholesterol, and triglyceride. But when you take this niacin together with your high cholesterol medicine, you lose muscle control, and you have muscle breakdown, right? And we are all Chinese, okay? We are all Chinese. Let's say if you have high blood pressure, normally the doctors will prescribe you high blood pressure medication, which is called warfarin, okay? So warfarin, when you take warfarin, okay, fine, well and good. But we are all Asians. When we cook, we use a lot of aromatics. We use a lot of garlic, we use a lot of ginger, we use a lot of onion, right? But when you take high blood pressure medication together with garlic, it decreases the effect of medication such as ritonavir, which is HIV medication, or it will increase the risk of you bleeding. Wow. So my question to all of you here tonight, are we still safe in our existing healthcare regime? Do you think we are still safe taking medication and supplements? You don't know, you basically is like a time bomb, right? So another thing I want to share, for those who have hypertensive, those who are on hypertensive medication like ACE inhibitor, right? I am a Baba Nyonya. I love my chili. If I take hypertensive medication, which is ACE inhibitor, okay, and I take chili, I will have a higher chance of developing peptic ulcer, right? And I will have increased ACE inhibitor induced cough, which means if I take my hypertensive medicine together with chili, I take curry lah, the chili padi and all, I will have cough, okay? ACE inhibitor induced cough, okay? And it will also increase my potassium in my blood, which will actually worsen chances of me having heart failure. Yo. So imagine, right? So moving on next, that is nutrition, okay? Now let's see exercise. A lot of people swear by exercise, but exercise increases the risk of injury and pain. You will have shoulder dislocation, rotator cuff injury, which I have because I played badminton, tennis or golfer's elbow, muscle strain, meniscus or ligament sprain or tear, shin splints, ankle sprain, Achilles tendinitis, plantar fasciitis. I'm sure some of you have heard your friend having plantar fasciitis, right? So we exercise, also we have problem. We eat supplements, also we have issues. Then you tell me, Alfred, you say this bad, that bad, how? How to help ourselves, right? So before we go there, I will share with you how we can help ourselves, right? So our organs degenerate much faster than the past. Okay? In the past, we only face problems with our memory, our brain and everything only at the age of after 70 years old, 70. Ears, we have problem, okay, after 60. Heart, you have heart issues after 65. Kidneys after 50, right? Lungs after 30. I mean, if you are a smoker, then it will be faster lah. Bones, for ladies, you start degenerating 1% per year after the age of 35. But now, you see people with dementia, you see people with Alzheimer's disease way before they are 70 years old, you know, right? So, heart problem, you have a lot of stroke and heart patients now before the age of 65. Meaning, our organs degenerate much faster than in the past. It is because of our diet and our lifestyle. Okay? So, what is the problem? Now, the problem is basically our stem cells decrease, the production of stem cells decrease by a lot. If you look at the graph by this British scientific journal, when we are babies, we are loaded with stem cells. Okay? But when we reach the age of 60 and above, you look at the graph, 60 and above, we only have 5% of our stem cells left. Okay? Look at the graph. If you are 60 and above, you will only have 5% of your stem cells left. Okay? Wow, scary, huh? So, the problem with us is degeneration, and when we are young, we do not feel it because our body regenerates very fast because we have a lot of stem cells, right? The body, you can actually go and eat. When I remember when I was in my 20s, I can go and eat breakfast KFC, lunch KFC, dinner KFC, and I'm still okay. Now, wow, if I go and eat breakfast KFC, lunch KFC, by the time dinner, koyak, I feel very bad already. Cannot already. But last time, when you were in your 20s, breakfast KFC, lunch KFC, dinner KFC, you still feel fine, you know. You still feel nothing happened. You're still okay. But now you try and do that and see, right? It's because our stem cells reduce rapidly over age. After the age of 30, 25 to 30, our stem cells production drops drastically. Okay? So, the problem is our stem cells reduce rapidly, and when our stem cells reduce rapidly, our bodies don't regenerate as fast as we would like it to be. Right? So, when we are young, we can eat KFC for one whole day and nothing happens. We don't feel anything. Right? So, what can we do? Okay? Now you tell me, Alfred, you have got my attention now. What can we do? Alright? So, now, again, you understand already now, our stem cells decline rapidly. So, what can we do? We can have a product where we can actually regenerate, clinically proven, to regenerate your stem cells back up again. To reactivate the stem cells that are already lazy or have actually gone to sleep. You know, we can actually regenerate, and there's a product to help us. And this product is actually X39 together with Aeon. Okay? Aeon and X39, this combination can actually help reduce inflammation in our body, help our body relax, and get better sleep, which is very important. Yeah? So it will also help us increase the quantity of our stem cells and also the quality of our stem cells. You do not only want to have more stem cells, but you want to have more better quality stem cells. That is very important. Yeah. So what is in X39 that help us? GHK-Cu is the solution. Now X39 elevates the production of GHK-Cu. What is GHK-Cu? And how do we do this? GHK is glycine, histidine, and lysine. Okay, it is an amino acid chain already existing in our body. Okay. Now, so how? When you use or when you patch X39, X39 elevates the production of GHK copper in our body. And when the GHK copper is elevated in our body, the body actually produces stem cells. Okay? And when our body produces more stem cells, now this is news for the ladies, especially. A lot of people say, Alfred, when I use the product, I am not worried about how I look. I'm not worried about, being beautiful or being handsome or what. No, right? But unfortunately, let me tell all of you, that is a fact we cannot deny. When you use X39, you will reverse your aging. You will suddenly realize that your wrinkles, your fine lines, everything will start to disappear. Why? Because when X39 help you elevate your GHK copper in your body, the GHK copper in your body will actually stimulate your body to produce more stem cells. Now listen carefully. When your body produces more stem cells, the byproduct your body will produce is collagen. So when your body produces more collagen, your fine lines will actually go away. Alright? And people with joint pains, knee pain, joint pains, carpal tunnel will suddenly feel, the pain is less. It will slowly go away. Okay? So it is also clinically proven X39 elevates the peptide in GHK copper and activates the production of stem cells. It is clinically proven to enhance overall health and vitality. I have many of my users who tell me, now I think faster. Now my cognitive function is better. I am more alert. They also experience a new level of wellness, Okay? And the results come very fast, right? Also depending on your personal thing, but as soon as 24 hours of using the X39 will start to help you reset 3,000 to 4,000 genes in your body. Okay? And the beauty of this thing is there is no drugs, nothing go in through the skin, no chemical, and no stimulant. Okay? So this is the beautiful part. Now let me share with you the regenerative and protective actions of GHK copper. Alright? What can GHK copper do? GHK copper can actually help in tissue repair for skin, lungs, connective tissue, bony tissue, liver, stomach lining. Okay? It also has anti-cancer activities and it is anti-inflammatory. Okay? It is also clinically proven to repair your damaged DNA. And it also activates cell cleansing. Now, one of the reasons why nowadays people get cancer or tumor is because your cells in the body do not die off. They do not go through apoptosis, right? So the cells will gather and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's what the doctor call or term it as tumor. Okay? So X39, when you use, it is also clinically proven if you use for 6 months consecutively. 6 months consecutively, consistently, consecutively for 6 months, we have clinical studies showing that your cells will turn back 8.5 years. Wow, amazing, isn't it? And it will also have cell cleansing. Amazing, huh? So the choice is yours. Now, GHK copper, let me tell you, is a very, very well researched compound. Okay? It is also in cosmetics now, right? So you have two choices. either you take synthetically produced, which is from the factory, or from your own body. The choice is yours. Which one would you want? I will definitely not take from the factory. I will definitely want it from my own body because that is the most natural. Okay? Now, stem cells, you have different sources of stem cells. You have 3 sources of stem cells. Okay? I will not go for a third party donor. I will not go for some animal, sheep, placenta or anything like that. Now they also have rabbit. Now they also have apple stem cells. My goodness. Suddenly, you know, I don't want to find myself hopping like a rabbit or bleating like a sheep lah. Okay? Cannot lah. Okay? What I will go for is my own stem cells. Alright? Now, stem cells, you must understand, is able to differentiate into more than 200 different types of cells. Okay? So, they from conception, meaning our mothers and fathers, when they conceive us, we are known as zygotes. So from zygotes, we turn into blastocytes. So from blastocytes, we actually evolve into embryonic stem cells, which is ESC. Now, when we are embryonic stem cells, we actually are pluripotent stem cells. Pluripotent stem cells is not capable of generating into an entire organism, but is capable of differentiating and dividing into an extensive variety of tissues and organs. That means pluripotent stem cells will help regenerate and repair our organs, right? So the other side of it is there are 3 types of stem cells, okay? 3 distinct types of stem cells. Just now I just shared pluripotent stem cells is composed of ESC, okay? And it's all from the inner cell mass of blastocytes. Okay, the second type is multipotent stem cells, which is comprising of HSC and basically MSCs. HSC is hematopoietic stem cells and mesenchymal stem cells. Those who go for injection stem cells, they are all mesenchymal stem cells, MSCs. Okay, and last but not least, the third type of stem cells is unipotent stem cells. These are TSSC obtained from diverse tissues and utilized numerous times. Okay, so unipotent stem cells will actually turn into your neural cells, skin cells, muscle cells, blood cells, bone cells, everything, liver cells, lung cells, everything, germ cells. Okay, so moving on. Oops. Okay, so moving on, let me share with you the benefits of X39. So, like I said just now, X39 LifeWave patches reset 3,000 to 4,000 genes to a more useful state. So, X39 also boosts your vitality. So, when people use the X39, some of them feel very, very energetic. Overall health and wellness. Okay. It will actually support and relieve minor aches and pains, improves mental clarity, manage your inflammation. It will also help in wound healing. It stimulates the skin, okay, to produce the GHK copper and eventually your stem cells, right? And improves skin appearances. All this I've shared just now. And most importantly, it improves your sleep. Okay, so when you use X39, generally you will actually expect this type of benefits lah. Okay, and one thing is the patches are an amazing technology. It does not need an external power source. Okay, it is basically powered by your own body, and there is no drug going into your skin. This is a non-transdermal patch. There are certain patches also in the market now. Let's say the Japanese plasters and all. Those, they have chemical going into your skin. those are called transdermal patches. Okay, LifeWave is non-transdermal and non-invasive, so it's very, very safe. So how does this technology work? Now, our bodies can heal itself, right? But reverse aging takes time. That's why we always advise people, for every 10 years of your age, it is best that you can patch yourself 1 month. Meaning, if you are 30 years old, you patch for 3 months. If you are 50 years old, you patch for 5 months. If you are 70 years old, you will patch for 7 months. Why? Let's take a look. Why? Now, bones will take 3 months, DNA 2 months, liver 6 weeks, stomach 5 days, brain 1 year, blood 4 months, skin 1 month, and lungs 2 to 3 weeks to regenerate. Okay? So whatever brain cells that you have now is actually 2025 model. Your 2024 brain model is gone. Okay? Blood, you take 4 months. So basically, we will actually tell anyone that intend to use LifeWave, please give yourself 3 to 6 months. Okay? But along the way, you will already be able to see certain changes in you. Okay? Right. So, this is a patented technology. And David Smith, through his study of this DHC coil, actually gathered all his knowledge and put it into a patch for all of us to use. Right? So, what is in the patches? A lot of people ask. Now, the patches contain amino acid, water, stabilized oxygen, sugar, and salt. This is a non-transdermal patch which is latex free. Now the patch, if you notice, they are plastics. These are actually medical grade plastic, and on one side of it you have adhesive. These adhesives are also medical grade. Okay, this is non-transdermal, completely free of any drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, and do not interfere with any medication that you are taking, because there is nothing going in through your body, through your skin. Okay? So, how do LifeWave patches work? Now, we get our energy from the sun. When you go through a thermal imaging machine, you do not see your body as in now you see yourself. You will see your body in lights. Let's say you have red light, yellow light, green light, blue light coming from your body. And where do we get this energy? Light is a form of energy. We get this energy from the sun. When we eat the corn, or when we eat the chicken that eats the corn, we get part of this energy and we emit light, you know. Our bodies keep emitting light. Red light, blue light, yellow light, green light, you know. And these patches act like a mirror. Inside the patches, you will have organic sugar crystals, salt crystals, like what I said just now, hydrogen, oxygen, water crystal, and it is all set in a proprietary blend of organic amino acid. Now, this organic amino acid, these crystals in the patch, will actually reflect certain wavelengths of light back to your body. Certain wavelengths of light will just pass through, okay, depending on which patches you use. So that is a summary of how the patches work. But 43% of all of us suffer adverse health effect from stress. Stress can be from a lot of things, you know. Stress can be from work, stress can be from family, from grandchildren. Every time call you mama, mama, grandma, I want this, grandma, I want that, grandma, I'm not feeling well. Sometimes your lokong also have problem. Can you get me a coffee? Can you get me my slipper? Most of the wife will say, you cannot get yourself. Hey, yeah. But never mind. This is part and parcel of life. Right? Get yourself. Hey, yeah. Okay? So, never mind. So all these contribute to our stress lah, you know. So 70% of people experience physical and some sort of mental symptom of stress. Okay? Now, stress can have a significant impact on stem cells, you know. When you are stressed up, your stem cells will not be able to divide, differentiate, and function that well, you know. Okay? So, all humans age. We all age. And we go through age-related disease. 80% of older adults have at least one chronic disease. 80%. 77% have at least two. But when the lokong or the wife or the children ask, hey, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm okay. In denial. Now, overall, 80% of older and middle-aged adults experience chronic pain. Imagine, But we still tell everybody, no, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. I can eat, I can sleep, I can poo, nothing wrong. They are in denial. Okay? This statistic is from National Council of Aging, you know. It's not what Alfred say. It is not what LifeWave say. Okay? These are real statistics. Okay? So, stress. We need a balance of good stress and bad stress. When I normally tell this to people, I share this with people, people will normally ask me, hey, you crazy, Alfred? Where got good stress one? God! Good stress is exercise. Okay? These are good stress. Okay? When you exercise your body or when you do fasting, intermittent fasting can turn on gene to get rid of damaged cells and it will cause your body to detox. Okay? Versus bad stress. Now, seriously, there are a lot of bad stress. What is bad stress? Bad stress is caused by your bosses. Emotional stress. When you get angry, when you are sad, okay? Work stress will actually accelerate aging. Okay? So when you see a lot of people, suddenly you see them, your friends that you have not seen for maybe 5 years or 3 years, suddenly they have a lot of white hair, you know. The aging accelerated. They have hair loss. They gain weight. Suddenly last time you see them, wow, so slim and fit. Now they say, oh, yo, why so fat already? You get a shock of your life, right? And most importantly, the culprit is basically our immune system. Why? Immune system is being suppressed by our sedentary lifestyle. Ask yourself, after dinner, what you do? Sit down. After lunch, what you do? Sit down. After breakfast, what you do? Sit down. Some of y'all take supper. 8 something, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, supper. 宵夜. After that, what you do? Straight away go sleep. My goodness. Now, this is sedentary lifestyle, okay? And Malaysians are the worst of the lot, okay? Almost 50%, almost half Malaysians are obese. Why? Because we do not exercise. We refuse to even walk. I am one of them, guilty as charged. When I drive, I would, okay, let's say if I need to go and buy something, my car would be literally at the entrance of that shopping center. I come down, close the door, lock my car, walk in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, buy, pay, come out, get out of my car again, enjoy the aircon again. I say, cannot. Wow, very hot. Oh my God, very hot. That is Malaysian 101 for you lah. Agree or not? Guilty or not as charged? Guilty leh. Right? So last time, 40 years ago, we do not have all this problem. Why? Because we do physical work. We walk more than we sit in a car. Now you want to walk, your children will tell you, Ma, I buy a nice BMW or Mercedes for you, why you still want to walk? Huh? Go on car can lah. So sometimes it's best that, you know, we do a bit of exercise lah. We walk, you know. So chronic inflammation suppress stem cells activity and makes their differentiation into new cells difficult. Alright? So inflammation also creates a hostile environment for stem cells, threatening their survival. That means stem cells do not survive very, very long if your body is under inflammation. Okay? Now, stress can cause anger. Alright? So, yeah lah. So, try to keep your cool. Okay? So, what is stress? Now, stress is a psychological and physical reaction to the demands of life. Now, if you go through small amount of stress, you can actually motivate yourself to perform well. But many challenges daily can actually push you beyond the ability to cope. Meaning, your boss will tell you, hey, I need the report. You know, they just give you in the morning, I need the report by 5 o'clock this evening. Ayo, jalat. Okay? Sometimes stress can be caused by sitting in a traffic jam. Okay? Meeting deadlines and paying bills. Okay? These are very, very realistic. So, how our body respond to anger? When we are stressed, we are, you know, sometimes very easy to anger, right? So when even some people, like let's say your husband, hey, 老婆, I want to eat 炒飯, you know, the outburst of anger. Why? Sources of anger can be disappointment, can be frustration, can be from a judgment, can be from rejection, and can be from fear. Alright? So basically, it activates the amygdala together with the hypothalamus and then pituitary gland. Okay? The first spark of anger activates from the amygdala. Okay? The second one is that amygdala place will actually activate the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus signals the pituitary gland by discharging corticotropin. Okay? CRH. Now, the pituitary gland activates the adrenal glands by releasing the adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH. Now, the adrenal gland secretes stress hormone like cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline, okay, which is very, very bad. It affects your kidneys and all, okay. So how anger changes your brain? When you are constantly angry, elevated cortisol causes neurons to accept too much calcium through the membrane. Okay? And when you have too much calcium, it will make your cells, your brain cells, fire very frequently and they die off faster. Okay? And the worst thing is too much cortisol will decrease your serotonin. Serotonin is a hormone that makes you happy. So, if you have less serotonin, meaning you always get angry, you know, okay, and a decrease in serotonin will make you feel anger and pain more easily. So, when you always get angry, you have a lot of cortisol, and your cortisol will decrease serotonin. And serotonin will actually, you know, make you feel anger and pain more easily. Especially last time when you cut your finger, you don't feel pain. Let's say you cut your finger, the pain level is 2. When you are angry, now you cut your finger, the pain level is at 8, you know. Okay? And it will increase aggressive behavior. And beware, decrease in serotonin will actually lead you to depression. Okay, so stress hormones, okay, will actually affect your cardiovascular system. Your heart rate will go up when you are angry, blood pressure when you go up when you are angry, arterial tension go up, blood glucose level go up, blood fatty acid level go up, visceral fats all go up. Okay, and when that happen, your endothelial dysfunction, chances of endothelial dysfunction, meaning endothelial is the lining of your blood veins, your veins. Okay, your plasma cholesterol will go up, triglycerides will go up, LDL cholesterol will go up, atherosclerosis, plaque build up will go up. Okay, so people who have high cholesterol are very angry people, I would say. Okay, so whatever it is, keep your cool, keep your calm. So when these symptoms become chronic, blood vessels become clogged and damaged. This can actually lead to stroke and heart attack. Okay, now stress can also cause your immune system to drop, you know. Your thyroid function will drop, the natural killer cells will drop, number of virus infected cells will go up. Now, incidences of cancer will also go up. Okay, and your immune functions will drop. Now, stress will also cause your gastrointestinal system to go haywire. Okay, blood flow will drop, metabolism will drop, dry mouth will increase, irritable bowel syndrome will increase. And whatever you eat, remember the 3 pillars of life just now? The first pillar is nutrition, right? So whatever good food, good nutrition that you eat, your body will not be able to absorb when you are under stress. Wow. Okay? So your eyesight will also suffer. Your intraocular pressure will go up. Your eyesight will drop. Okay? You will suffer also migraine and headache. Your bone density will drop. Your muscular wasting, you will experience joint disorder, lower back pain. That's why a lot of people have lower back pain now. A lot of people have, you know, stomach issues because nutrient absorption is not that good. Ovarian function will drop, meaning more difficult to get pregnant. Testosterone production will drop. Menstrual irregularities, infertilities, erectile dysfunction all go up. Okay? And for male, sperm quality will drop. Okay? And there are incidences of people having asthma, shortness of breath, airway inflammation, chronic obstruction of pulmonary disease, COPD, airway constriction. All this is due to stress. Wow, imagine, huh? Okay, so how do we manage the stress? We can use a patch called Aeon. Why? Because Aeon is clinically proven, not what we say. We have clinical studies proving that Aeon, when you patch, it will reduce your stress. Okay, and it is clinically proven to decrease inflammation in the body. When inflammation in the body comes down, your stem cells will survive longer to do what it's supposed to do in your body. Alright? And it promotes relaxation, eliminates mental fatigue, increase physical strength, and you have anti-aging effect. So, let's move to pain. Now, chronic pain affects 1.5 billion people around the world. Alright? So there are 3 types of pain. Nociceptive pain caused by tissue damage like a cut or a sprain, or neuropathic pain, which is nerve damage, and inflammatory pain. This is inflammatory response to injury or infection. So how pain work? Basically, pain receptors will send signals to your spinal cord. Okay? Then it will tell the brain the pain is perceived. Okay? So if you have persistent pain, it is no longer called persistent pain, it is chronic pain. Chronic pain means if you have pain for more than 12 weeks, it is classified as chronic pain already. Okay? So chronic pain is persistent pain. From persistent pain, you will be less active. Why? Because when you move, you feel pain. So being less active, you will lose your fitness, you will lose your muscles, you will lose your joint dexterity, meaning you have joint stiffness. So when that happens, you will automatically create a no-go list. Meaning, if your family asks you, hey, let's go shopping, you say, no lah, cannot lah, because I walk the time, I feel pain. So you will create a no-go list. From the no-go list, it will turn to sleeping problem. Because the pain will cause you so much pain, the issue will cause you so much pain, you will have problems. And from that sleeping problem, you are unable to sleep, you will feel tired and you will get fatigued. From there, you will have stress, fear, anxiety, anger will develop, and frustration because you cannot sleep. Alright? So from there, you will turn to go and see the doctors. And when you take medication, medication has side effects. From the medication, you will probably have weight gain or weight loss. This is normal. I've seen many people go through this, right? From weight gain and weight loss, you will actually go through negative thinking. The fear of future. Say, Lord, what's going to happen to me? What if medication cannot? What if I don't go? What if I don't recover? You know? And that when that happens, you go into depression. You have mood swings. Alright? From depression and mood swings, your boss will tell you, hey, you are not performing well. Please take some time off, rest, and come back. So then you will worry already. Time off, where's my money gonna come? You know, you will start to worry. You will have relationship concern because you always get angry with people who try to talk to you, like your husband, your wife, your kids, your relative, you know. Then it will go back to persistent pain. And this cycle will actually repeat itself, keep repeating itself. Okay? So that's chronic pain. So it's very important you have to manage your pain. So some of the risk factors of pain is aging. Okay? Risk factor, one of it is aging. Number 2 is obesity. Always remember what I shared just now. 50%, 40 plus, almost 50% of Malaysians are classified obese. Right? And smoking. These are the cause or risk factors of chronic pain. Okay? And lack of physical activity. After eating, sit on the sofa, watch Korean drama. Okay? So how do we manage chronic pain? Now, a new treatment option for chronic pain is actually stem cells therapy. Okay? And what is pain? Pain is a bioelectrical and biomechanical phenomenon. Okay? Every cell in the body is designed to run -20 to -25 millivolts. To heal, we must make new cells. To make new cells, we require -50 millivolts. Chronic disease occurs when voltage in your cells drop below -20, or you cannot achieve -50 millivolts to make new cells. Okay? So chronic disease is always defined by the body having low voltage. So common causes of pain is physical injury, medical conditions such as arthritis, cancer, fibromyalgia, migraine, headaches, menstrual cramp, nerve damage, autoimmune disorders, and osteoarthritis. Right? It can also be caused by infection, surgical procedures, overuse injury. Okay? So uncontrolled inflammation causes stem cells to die at injury site and you will not heal properly. So it is very important for all of us to control our body's inflammation. Okay, what and how can we do that? We have Aeon. Okay, so Aeon basically, like what I said just now, has all these properties. Most importantly, it is clinically proven to reduce stress and clinically proven to reduce inflammation in the body. Okay, so there is another way of us handling pain. Now, when injury happens, there is an immediate release of oxidative chemicals to suppress bacterial infection. here is what happens next. Damaged tissues, like I said, will send pain signal to spinal cord. Spinal cord pass it to the brain, and the brain recognize as pain. So normal pain relief drugs like brufen or morphine actually work by blocking or reducing these pain signals, making you feel less pain. Okay, which is not so advisable. All right. So LifeWave has a technology that does not block the pain signal. The technology is, we have 13 clinical studies. You can go and check this out in the resource tab of your back office. If you are a brand partner, you can go to the back office resource tab and you actually look for this patch called IceWave. IceWave actually offer an alternative approach without side effects. And IceWave patches are not designed to block pain signals. Okay, but it stimulates specific points on the skin to help manage pain and inflammation. Okay, so this is a testimony. Pain 2 minutes was gone. This person has frozen shoulder and has been to acupuncture for several weeks, but the pain cannot stop. So when she came to a meeting with a LifeWave sponsor, she just put the IceWave on the neck and one at the sternum. Within 2 minutes, the pain was gone. Amazing, huh? So the benefits of IceWave, it is safe and natural pain relief management. You don't eat anything. There's no painkiller, no nothing, no injection, no nothing. All right? It can be used for whole body and also used for localized pain. Now, this is fast acting, rapid pain relief, and basically this is non-addictive like morphine. Okay? Some pain management items can be addictive like morphine. So it is convenient and easy to use. You just patch and drink water. It is patented. And basically it's non-toxic, non-transdermal, and non-invasive. Okay, so let me share a short video. I will, show you a short video of how IceWave signals mitochondria to increase the activity to produce more energy. Okay, let's take a look.
Our body is made up of trillions of cells. They all require energy to function. This energy is created within our cells, in the mitochondria. Here, food is converted into chemical energy called ATP. ATP is released by the mitochondria so cells can use it. Mitochondria consist of two membranes, an outer membrane, separating it from the cytosol, and an inner membrane, surrounding the so-called matrix. The area between these membranes is called the intermembrane space. ATP is generated at the inner membrane of mitochondria by an efficient mechanism called oxidative phosphorylation, involving several membrane protein complexes. Nutrients provide high-energy electrons in the form of NADH, which are used by the protein complexes to pump protons from the matrix to the intermembrane space. This continuous pumping creates a proton gradient, where the positively charged protons are attracted to the more negative matrix. When the protons re-enter the matrix through the ATP synthase protein complex, they catalyze the production of ATP.
There you go, huh? Okay. That is how, in general, LifeWave patches, work and help to signal the mitochondria. Okay, now I'm going to share food that may trigger joint pain. Okay, there are certain foods or certain compounds that can contribute to inflammation and joint pain. Let's take a look. If you have joint pains, you need to avoid nuts, especially peanuts. Okay, tomatoes and other nightshade vegetables. Common nightshade vegetables are, tobacco, okra or lady's finger, gooseberries, paprika, potatoes, chilies, peppers, tomatoes, and all those nightshades. Okay, because they contain solanine, which is a natural toxin that some people may be sensitive to, right? Tea is also something that you need to avoid, because tea contains tannins that can bind to minerals like calcium, which makes the body harder to absorb. Okay, so refined carbs or sugary drinks, because it can cause spikes in the blood sugar, leading to increased inflammation and joint pain. Sugar and refined carbohydrates such as bread, cakes, all this. Processed meat, okay? Processed meat such as sausages lah, ham, what you call that? Luncheon meat. All these are processed meat because they contain preservative and advanced glycation end products, AGEs. Okay, and all these processed meats may contribute to inflammation of the body. All right. Now, you also have anti-inflammation food. That means all these you need to eat more, such as berries, turmeric, ginger, lemongrass, fatty fish. Okay, all this you can eat more. Now, trace minerals are also important for pain relief. Okay, you can consider things like potassium-rich food, or magnesium-rich food, or copper-rich food. Okay, you have a lot of potassium-rich food such as spinach, beets, avocado, banana, lentils, potatoes, sweet potatoes, winter squash, Now, foods that are rich in magnesium, avocado, dark chocolate, bananas, nuts, edamame, seeds, spinach, black beans, leafy green vegetables. And then those that are high in copper are dark chocolates, liver, shiitake mushrooms, oysters, cashew nuts, lobsters, avocados, nuts and leafy greens. So I've actually put together these three for you. For potassium, I think you can take avocado. Magnesium, you can take a little bit more banana. Copper, you can take dark chocolate. Okay, these are the things that can actually help or provide the trace minerals for your body. Okay, so potassium actually helps in anti-inflammation, pain relief, and lower blood pressure. Potassium food, potassium. Okay, so lower blood pressure means 24 hours increase in potassium intake can lower blood pressure in people with rheumatoid arthritis. So the recommended dosage would be about 500 to 1000 milligrams a day, and try to get it from potassium gluconate, because humans body absorbs 94% of this potassium gluconate. Potassium citrate can also be found in fruits and vegetables. Okay, so potassium regulates and alkalize our cell. It lowers blood pressure. So research also shows, if you look at this clinical study, research also shows that potassium in cells reduce proliferation of cells and kills cancer cells. Okay, potassium recycles nitric oxide, NO2, which is a vasodilator. it helps keep your endothelium, which means the wall, the lining of your blood vessel, soft and supple. Okay? So LifeWave patches that support pain relief, first thing is IceWave, and then Aeon, and X39 also can help pain relief. Okay? Additionally, you can also use carnosine and glutathione. Okay? So patching methods, please get back to the person who brought you into this Zoom call. You know, it can help you. I'm sure they can help you show you how to patch, right? So for IceWave, you can actually patch throughout the body. If you have pain throughout the body, you patch IceWave underneath your feet at kidney 1, Yongguan area. Okay, so for back pain, you can patch the tan patch on the most painful area and the white patch above the tan patch. Okay, so if pain is not reduced in 10 seconds, use the clock method. So the clock method, first one is, you know, you move it 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and drink water every time. And you can also bracket the pain. Okay, you can actually talk to the person who brought you into this Zoom call to find out how to use the IceWave more efficiently. Okay, so how to get the products? We have actually 4 enrollment packs if you are interested, you know, and these are the costs: 295, 535, and for premium is 1750. And this is the beauty of it. You do not have to start with the biggest package. You can actually upgrade. Okay, you can actually upgrade, and the more you use, the cheaper the patches will become. All right, so after the upgrade, you can actually put yourself on maintenance packs, maintenance bundles, which is even more cheaper. Okay, so with that, I want to share what is the upcoming events that we will have before I answer some of the questions in the chat box. So these are May road shows that will be happening in LifeWave Bangsa office. We have our senior brand partner Jinlong, you know, doing the LifeWave Open Day on May 24th. There's a brand partner induction on May the 7th. And basically we have road shows on Saturday on 10th of May and 17th of May. 17th of May, Jinlong will also be in Kota Kinabalu. Okay, so these are the road shows, and those are the links at the bottom for you to get your tickets. Okay, and on 17th of May, we have our senior presidential director, Mr. Ronald Lee, together with Mr. Ng Guan Chun in LifeWave Bangsa office. They will be doing their road shows there. Please bring your friend or your families to come and understand more about the LifeWave you know, products and the amazing patches, how it works. Okay, so this will be happening on the 24th. Just now I said you know, this is open day. We have 5 great speakers. It's a full business presentation with impactful topics okay, and this is limited to the first 100 packs only. Please get back to the person who actually brought you into this Zoom call to get the tickets for this. Okay, and there is a mega seminar on the 6th of June in Alosta. Okay, the tickets are up for sale at 30 ringgit per ticket, and basically it's going to be held in Royal Signature Hotel in Alosta. Okay, we will be featuring Crystal Law and SPD, Jinlong, Mr. Ng Guan Chun, Mr. Lee Sao Yong, and QB Cat. They will be doing this mega seminar in Royal Signature Hotel, Alosta. This is on the 6th of June. Alright, And last but not least, we have a Mega Johor. Okay, Mega Johor is a Malay, how do you say, mega event going to happen in Trove Hotel in Johor Bahru. This is in Bahasa, Malaysia. Tickets are open for sale now. You can scan the QR codes to get the ticket. Okay? Okay, right. With that, I think we will now answer some of the questions that are in the chat box. Hang on. Okay, let me get to the chat box. Where is the chat box? Oh my goodness. Okay, I see a question from Sharon Yo. Would like to clarify with LifeWave patches should not use any products that emit light, Neful and Energia products. Okay, Sharon. Yes, you have already invested in LifeWave. Okay, my advice to you is stay off from these Neful products, Energia products, when you use the LifeWave products. Okay, because we do not want to have several things that will actually confuse the body even further. LifeWave will start to signal the body, and then your other products will start to signal the body also in another different way. And products that other emitting lights ones, they basically we actually have a lot of instances where users do not see any effect, okay, of the LifeWave patches helping when they use it together with other light products. So we advise them to temporarily stop. As soon as they stop, within that 1 week itself, they experience amazing transformation, amazing results. Okay, once they stop the other products that emits light. Okay, so how best to keep patches? Can the patches put into Ziploc bags, handy to bring around? Okay, Sharon, LifeWave Office in Bangsa actually sells a pouch for 15 ringgit that actually is very good to cut off other heat and radiation from the patches, right? One general rule of thumb is you need to keep the patches away from heat, first thing. Second thing is try to keep it away from any radiation emitting products such as handphone, TV, on top of magnetic items such as a speaker, television, microwave oven. All these you try to keep the patches away from all this. Okay, so I hope I've answered your question, Sharon. Trisha, hi, nice to see you here tonight. Will there be a recording session? Yes, this will be recorded, and yes, the link will be shared out when it is ready. So Rosanna Fernando, anyone here got hives or rashes? Why, Rosanna? Do you have hives or rashes that is happening? Moon, how come Melaka tada roadshow? Moon, I think they have roadshows in Melaka. Yes. Yes, I'm sure they have. I think you can check with your leader or your upline for these Malacca road shows. I'm sure they say, you see, sometimes Malacca is quite near KL or quite near, it's in between KL and JB. So you might want to consider probably JB or KL when we have our events. So yeah, I shared just now the dates on the events that is happening on in KL and in JB. You might want to consider, and then you can actually get back to your leader. I am sure they have Malacca road shows. I have seen Malacca road shows. Okay. Oh, you're most welcome, Sharon. You're most welcome. Trisha, what about X39 and her knee is extremely painful? Huh? What about patches X39 and knee? Okay, I'm sure Trisha is asking about, should I patch it? Yes, you can. For pain, first of all, we will normally use Aeon, okay, and ask them to drink water, and after probably 10 seconds or 1 minute, we ask them what's the pain. So if there is still pain going on, normally we will patch Aeon on the most painful part. Always ask the person to try and show you the most painful part with one finger. Because if they show with 2 fingers, you do not know where is the point. If they show you with all 5 fingers, here pain, where is the most painful part? So normally, we will actually ask them to show you where is the most painful part with 1 finger. Then, basically, you can patch Aeon there and ask them to drink water. So after 1 or 2 minutes, you will see the pain come down. If you want to further reduce the pain, yes, you can also use X39 on top of the Aeon. That means you patch the X39 on top of the Aeon like a hamburger. Okay? If they have already patched X39 behind the neck and then they have knee pain, you can patch the Aeon at the knee at the most painful part. Then at night, you will not need to patch the Aeon anymore. Leave the Aeon until the next day. That means you start patching Aeon the next day. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. Okay, Brian Uy, I started using X39 daytime for the past 3 months. I then began using Aeon last month at night. I patched my wrist to reduce my hand tremor, but I couldn't sleep well. So I switched to Aeon to daytime and I could sleep well at night. Why is that? Okay, now as a general rule, Brian, we actually encourage people to patch Aeon at night. Why? Because Aeon is supposed to relax you, brings the information down, okay, and reduce your cortisol level, so that many people, when they patch Aeon, they experience having a more relaxed state of mind. They are happier, and being more relaxed, you can sleep better. So we always encourage people to patch Aeon at night. And as opposed to X39, X39 will actually increase the energy and vitality of your body. So we want that to happen during the daytime. So that's why we advise people to patch X39 during the day and Aeon during the night. But there are instances when people who use the X39 daytime, they feel sleepy. Okay? And like you they use Aeon at night, they cannot sleep. So we ask them to switch Aeon to the morning and X39 to the night time. It's very individual. Yeah, it's very individual. It's how your body responds to the signaling from the patches. Okay? So, Moon. Hi, Moon. Normally, I go KL. Wow, 2 hours drive to attend roadshow. Wow, very good. Hopefully, more roadshows will be held in Malacca soon. So, kesian orang Malacca. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay? So, yes, basically, yeah, we will try our best lah to cover because, you know, yeah, we have 13 states and, you know, we normally try to bring everybody together in the, you know, bigger states like Johor and KL. But, yes, we will not rule it out. Yes, we hear you. You know, the feedback will go to the people in you know, in HQ. Yeah. Any roadshow in Penang? Oh yes, roadshow in Penang. Yes. I will be there at the end of this month. I think on the 30th or the 31st of this month. Okay, I will be in Penang, 30th or 31st. Alright, on the 1st, I will be in Ipoh, I would sing. Yeah, so maybe you can get to the leader, and when the roadshow in Penang is ready, the link, probably, you know, we can share it out to you, Daisy. Okay. Yeah, so with that, I think there are no more questions in the chat box. Okay, before we part ways and say goodbye, we need to remind you, everyone here, you deserve to be successful and express all of your hidden talents. We actually believe in you. Yeah, so for all of you who joined us tonight on Super Wednesday, thank you for giving yourself the opportunity to understand more about LifeWave. This sharing couldn't be possible without all of you. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you tonight. Okay? Thank you for having us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We enjoy each and every second we had together with all of you. Okay? It's always a pleasure to come on to Super Wednesday and share. Right? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have come to the end of, you know, Super Wednesday. This is our team, Jinhua, Mr. Lingam, Po Chu, myself, would like to meet you again next week, okay? And have an amazing weekend. We'll see you again next one, same time, same day. This is Alfred, signing off for Super Wednesday. Bye-bye, everyone. Good night.